Thanks for listening to Uncle Sam's Soccer Podcast, keeping you up to date with the latest in American soccer. And don't forget to subscribe.
Hello everyone, welcome to Uncle Sam's Soccer Podcast. My name is Steven Jodrand. Joining me as always, Jake Watroba and Armand Kafai. On this episode of Uncle Sam's Soccer Podcast, we do the counterattack with Jake Watroba. If you haven't already, go back and listen to the previous two episodes. We talked about MLS transfers and FC Cincinnati. Go ahead and hit the subscription button wherever that may be on any podcast platform you listen to. Give us a 5-star review. Follow us on Twitter, Uncle Sam's Soccer Pod. Now, let's get to today's episode.
Fast-paced, shifty movement, brilliant skill. It's the counterattack with Jake Watroba.
What's going on, everybody? It's counterattack time here on Uncle Sam's Soccer Podcast. We have a plethora of topics, and I mean plethora. I have topics on topics on topics, man. Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm always ready for the counterattack, Jake. Let's
do
go.
this.
You're always ready, baby. You're always ready. All right, let's dive right in. Let's get going here. First topic up for discussion: Eric Winalda's Las Vegas Lights beat Toronto FC yesterday. Yesterday being Saturday, as we're recording this on a Sunday, 5-1. I believe TFC's backline was their starters from last year. Give me your thoughts quickly on this complete domination of Las Vegas Lights FC over Toronto FC.
Guess what? Toronto's not making the playoffs, and I said that, Friday, yesterday, before this result, before Giovinco moved. They're not making the playoffs.
So, my hot sports take, I think we need to see Las Vegas in MLS. I think they should earn promotion into MLS because, first off, if you all watch the highlights, they release confetti on the field after every goal. The field was covered in confetti by the end of the game. Yeah, I would be embarrassed if I was a TFC. They look terrible in that game. And, yeah, go Lights, go Llamas, go Eric Winalda.
I'm going to make sure, by the way, that we hashtag ProRel for USA in this episode, as Armand has now called for it. I want Ted What's-His-Face to retweet this now, just because Armand Kafai is our ProRel correspondent or connoisseur. All right, moving on here. We're going to go international. Our boy, Neymar.
Our boy. He's not our boy.
You love Neymar. You can't get enough of Neymar, Steven. Neymar's hurt once again. Has been ruled out for 10 weeks. PSG has a big two-legged fixture with the red-hot Red Devils of Manchester United in the round of 16 in the Champions League. Guys, is PSG in trouble?
Yes.
Well, they didn't get Luciano Acosta, and I think that would have been the X factor for them, especially with Neymar being out. So I don't give them a chance. I mean, look, I know they have Mbappe and all these guys, but without Luciano Acosta, they're nothing. So, yeah, there's no way.
Honestly, Manchester United, I think, is 9 wins and a draw in the last 10 or something like that.
It's ridiculous. They've been on fire.
They've been on fire. This is not the team PSG wants to play right now. Is the team that's hot. Now, Neymar's out 10 weeks or so. So we'll see.
Out for a year, basically, if you think about it. It's pretty terrible.
All right, let's go back. Let's do a little MLS with a little international here. Former Manchester United midfielder Nani, however you say it, has interest in coming to MLS. However, ESPN's Jeff Carlisle is reporting that according to a league source, make sure we clarify that, by the way. MLS has a 50-50 chance of landing the former Man United midfielder. Guys, is Nani coming to MLS, and 2, would this be a good signing for the league?
He's in his, lower 30s? I thought he was a lot older than that when I looked up his age. I flipped the coin and said, no, he's not coming. Because since it was 50-50.
I mean, who doesn't want to live in America? So, I mean, wouldn't be surprised if he did. I mean, if he comes at the right price, why not? He's
going to Orlando, too.
A fun winger.
Orlando, that's where I think
he'll
end up.
Then I feel terrible for him. Feel terrible.
The Orlando is the place where
careers die. Is that
careers die? It's where they hand out paychecks to dudes that don't deserve paychecks. Yeah, you're right. Orlando City seems like the perfect place for Nani to sign and to feature in MLS. Moving on now to Monaco, where they have sacked manager Thierry Henry and rehired Leandro Jardim. Guys, should MLS be on Thierry Henry's radar?
That should have been his first destination, if I'm honest. Should have come to MLS first to get a little prep. I know he was on the Roberto Martinez squad, World Cup squad into the semis, but how funny is it that Monaco rehired the guy they sacked, now have to, carry Monaco or limp across the finish line and avoid relegation?
He shouldn't have taken the Monaco. I mean, it's his boyhood team, so I don't blame him, but he was absolutely awful. Monaco's in 18th place right now, sitting on 18 points. They're tied with Emmons in 19th place. So, it's a terrible start for Henry, but I think he can salvage it by getting either an assistant job somewhere or, maybe an MLS team just like, hey, come over, we'll take you and come sign with us.
Armand, real quick, why is Monaco so bad? Did this team contend for a Champions League trophy a couple years ago?
Yeah, that's when they had Mbappe.
Yeah, that's what happens when you sell all your best players. You become a selling club, selling league. Look, you're not going to be as good some years, especially when you get rid of your best players. Now they got Fabregas now, so it looks like he'll have an impact on them as well.
And he scored.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Okay. Well, I was always under the assumption that Monaco was just this like developmental haven for young talent. So I don't know. To me,
it's like MLS.
Right. I guess being 18th in Ligue 1 I didn't really expect that from them. But anyway, moving on here. Let's go back to America here. A little America, a little Germany. Is Tyler Adams the next man in Bundesliga? Steven pulled out this really, really misleading stat for me to feature here on the counterattack. But in terms of Bundesliga minutes since October 1st, 2018 to February 1st, 2019, Tyler Adams has played in a total of 180 minutes, while the wonder kid himself, Christian Pulisic, has played a whopping 174 minutes in the Bundesliga for Borussia Dortmund. So, according to this misleading stat, Tyler Adams is better than Pulisic, right?
No, that's not what the question is. Is Tyler Adams the next man in the Bundesliga from the American perspective? And I think it's 100% yes, over Josh Sargent and Weston McKennie and all the other American Bundesliga players.
I watched Adams' debut, and he looked very comfortable on ball, didn't look fazed by in the moments, made big plays. Now he started again this past weekend. He is comfortable. I think that's something that's really interesting for a guy, who just came from MLS. He's only 19. He doesn't seem fazed by the big moments just yet. I like Adams. I like his composure. And as me and Joseph Lowry talked about last week, we could see him fit in Greg Berhalter's system, as that wing back that shifts in, that Nick Lima-esque role. So I'm excited to see what Adams does, and I love Leipzig's logo. So
we know you're excited because I believe a few episodes ago you proclaimed Tyler Adams to be the next N'Golo Kante, I think is what you said.
I don't remember saying that, but if I did, there you go.
You stand by it. All right, moving on here. Let's keep it in the Bundesliga. We have some rumors, probably from a couple weeks ago, but we're going to dig them up anyways. Weston McKennie has been rumored to potentially, Weston McKennie is drawing interest from clubs like Liverpool. Do you see Weston McKennie making a move to England this summer?
No.
I don't think so. I think he's in a good role with Schalke. I don't see him going to Liverpool. I think it's kind of sexy. I think to put an American name linking him with the Premier League team, get the clicks. I think that's the sexy thing to do nowadays.
Well, that's the easy thing to do, but I don't think it would be good for his career. He's still young, and let him grow with Schalke. Schalke, in the Bundesliga, is a regular. They can compete for Champions League play. This season they've kind of dipped a little bit, but I would stay where the minutes are and then make the move when you're 23, 24, 25. There's no rush for McKennie to get anywhere because he's at Schalke. It's like with Pulisic. There was really no rush for him to get out of Dortmund unless somebody else comes along and takes his minutes away.
Anyway, I think you saying Schalke is having a bit of a little dip this season is a little bit of an understatement, as I think they're in the lower half of the Bundesliga table. All right, let's go to MLS.
Wait. Aren't they in the Champions League though?
They might be, but they're like...
Aren't they playing City? They're playing City in Champions League, yeah?
Yeah, but they're like 14th place or something like that in the
Bundesliga
table.
It ebbs and flows. Some seasons are
we don't
12,
let the facts get in the way of a good season, you know?
No,
All
but
right,
that's...
story.
No. Yeah, look, they were in a
dip. They're in 6th place. A little dip, you know? Not 12th or anything crazy like that.
No, you can't... Look, a dip in the season, it's going to happen. Look at where Bayern Munich are, by the way. Huh? Yeah, they're going to win the Bundesliga. I told you.
Bayern Munich in 3rd place. Now, that's a dip. But Schalke in 12th place, that's more of like a...
Okay, but what do you expect from Schalke? Where do you think they would normally finish? They're not finishing top of the Bundesliga. They're finishing 3 or 4.
No, I would say like somewhere
5,
3 through 6, somewhere around there. Not 12th.
Well,
come on.
Okay, it's plenty of time left, and it's one season.
Oh, you are the worst when it comes to the Bundesliga.
By the way,
Bayern Munich hates the Bundesliga.
No, I don't hate the Bundesliga. I just think Schalke is just having an off season. And if they beat City in the Champions League, what are you going to say then?
They won't beat City in the Champions League. Come on, let's move on here. You've said a lot of things that are preposterous. We're moving on. We're cutting you off. Put the ball down.
10 points behind 5th place.
Steven.
I guarantee you. Here, put this in the prediction book, Jake.
Prediction book.
By the way, my God.
Schalke finished top 7th in the Bundesliga.
This is the guy that told me how preposterous it was that Bayern Munich would have any chance of winning the Bundesliga when they were like 10 points back or whatever the hell it was at Dortmund. And now he's like, hey. They're only 10 points back at 3rd place or whatever the hell you just said. Come on, man.
They're not.
Bayern
Munich are not winning the league. So, historically, they've never overcome
They're only like 6 points
They're
back.
7 points out, and plus,
7.
Schalke have an easier road to make up 10 points than Bayern Munich have to make up 7 points.
You're okay. Let's move on. You're ridiculous.
Okay,
I can't deal with you. All right, we're talking about my club. We're talking about Minnesota United. Minnesota United traded $900,000 in Garber bucks, aka TAM, to SKC with the condition of an additional $100,000 of TAM going to SKC if they make the playoffs for center back Ike Opara. It's been well documented that Minnesota United can't play defense. They are very leaky at the back. They let in a ton of goals. Let's go to Armand first, as he's kind of our MLS guru here. Armand, does this mean Minnesota United will make the playoffs in the West in 2019?
I mean, from every pundit that I've been reading, it seems like they all expect Minnesota to make a top 4 seed. I don't really see that. I can see them, getting into that 6-7 role. I'm a huge, I guess, I've mentioned 6-7, that 6-7 spot like 8 times today. But I think they can get in there with a solid defense, play like a road playoff game. But I don't know if paying $900K for Ike Opara is specifically the right move. But I mean, it's Manny Lagos and Adrian Heath potentially last year if they don't make the playoffs. So I mean, they got to go all out and they have to do whatever they can to get the right pieces.
There's pressure for them to make the playoffs. If they don't, a lot of people will lose their jobs.
I mean, what are your thoughts, Jake? Because you're the Minnesota United guy.
Yeah, and if they don't make the playoffs, I could see a huge I don't know, fire sales. Not fire sale. I could see a lot of executives, Adrian Heath, all losing their job if they can't find the way to make the playoffs. Especially Adrian Heath, if they get off to a slow start to start the season,
he
won't last. He gone. All right, let's move on here. This is kind of a controversial one, and I want to talk about it with you guys. MLS has denied the loan of Andrew Gutman from Celtic to Nashville SC of the USL. Now, it's been speculated that move has been blocked because Gutman did not sign a homegrown contract with Chicago Fire. Fellas, what the hell is MLS doing here?
They're being dictators. They're controlling. They're controlling everything.
MLS is, for lack of a better word, screwing over one of its potential expansion teams and screwing over a young American talent who needs playing time, who probably won't get playing time from Celtic in the get-go because of pettiness. Because, look, the Fire weren't trying to sign him anyway. The Fire were trying to shop his homegrown rights. They offered him a minimal homegrown deal. Like, you're not going to sign with a team if they're offering you garbage. And from, a buddy of mine, he goes to Indiana. He watches a Gutman play week in and week out. He says he's one of the better attacking fullbacks. He would have been the number one pick in an MLS draft, like by far, from what people have been saying. And you're offering him nothing? Like, come on. That's ridiculous. And MLS, this is a terrible look for a league. You shouldn't be blocking other, loans and stuff happening from other leagues. That's stupid. That's such a closed league thing,
Dictatorial. It is a dictator's mindset. Just saying.
Authoritative.
It's all the same.
Makes no sense. It makes no sense. It's a little ridiculous. All right, let's move on here from the BS. Let's dip our toes, I guess, into the world of politics, I guess, if you will here. President Donald Trump. Now, we're not going to get political here, just prefacing that. So, keep your politics aside. Donald Trump was on, I believe it was Face the Nation, CBS, Super Bowl Sunday, and was asked by Margaret Brennan of CBS if he'd let his son Barron play American football. President Trump's quote basically said, Barron actually likes to play a lot of soccer. He's liking soccer. A lot of people, including me, thought soccer would probably never make it in this country, but it really is moving forward rapidly. Now, guys, it's we're Super Bowl Sunday, and we're talking soccer. Is this kind of like a big deal?
Yes. I think it's a massive deal because Trump is being very honest here, where a lot of people are like, I didn't think soccer would make it. But among the youth, among the younger people, yeah, it's very popular, and it's only going to gain more traction. And I'm sure these are comments now it's going to circle the soccer Twitter sphere for a while, because this is the President of the United States talking about the shift between football and soccer and not allowing... He went on to say how he wouldn't allow Barron to play football, correct?
He said, no, I don't think he said he wouldn't allow him to. I think he said if Barron wanted to, he would allow him to. But he did raise the point that football is dangerous and that the football players he's talked to have said they would not let their sons play football.
Well, there you go. That's where football and soccer are going to meet, and you could, in generations to come, see a bigger shift in the amount of people playing football over soccer.
So, do you guys want to hear a fun fact? Y'all want to hear a fun fact? Yes or no?
Yes, sure.
So Barron Trump played for DC United as a cadmaster. He played for their U12s, and now he's playing for their U13s. So we might see a future DC United homegrown player, Barron Trump. That'd be pretty interesting, huh?
It would be very interesting, and yeah,
I think it would be
all I can say
soccer writer's
is,
meltdown.
I was just going to say that every soccer writer in this nation wouldn't know what to do with him or herself. They would all want to blow somebody's brains out. It would be pure frustration.
Specifically their own. That's such an interesting thing. Like, could you imagine if Barron Trump was this star academy product, like homegrown, and all of a sudden he's, one of the best midfielders in the pool for his age group, and he's featuring in the national team or something like
2026 World Cup.
Yeah, wait for the 2026 World Cup, and then you have Barron Trump in the midfield.
Ooh, that would cause some spicy headlines.
People, not even the media, but fans, everybody would lose their GD minds if he was that good. Oh man, that would be funny. Okay, anyway, that's the end of the counterattack. We've done enough politics, by the way. Someone's gonna be pissed off with us because we think it's funny that Barron Trump would be really good at soccer. Anyway, make sure you follow the what?
No, I just think, look, if people are gonna attack the president's son for playing soccer, then you need to grow up and go do something else with your life.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree with that. Especially, I thought that Barron Trump got a lot of BS from people who found out that he was part of the DC United Academy, and I think that you can have whatever views you want of his father, but at the end of the day, Barron Trump is a 12 or 13-year-old, however old he may be. And for people to be rooting against him to not be a good soccer player or any ill will towards him, a child, a young kid, it's BS. Democrat,
Leave
Republican,
kids out of politics.
Exactly. So we're gonna end on that note. Leave kids out of politics. Make sure, by the way, that if you do have kids, though, they follow the show on Twitter at UncSamSoccerPod. Make sure they subscribe to the show on iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, wherever you get your podcasts.
Make sure you leave a 5-star review, and you can mention how we're douche frat Euro bros.
Yeah, make sure your kids. Yeah, that's
this
exactly
is, I think,
right.
the most douche frat Euroboy segment that we've done.
Yeah, you are 100% correct. As the official douche bro frat Euro snob guy on this podcast, Steven, you would know.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep,
Mr. Swiss over here.
I will not.
Mr. Swiss.
I will not argue otherwise. European soccer is just better than American soccer.
You gotta
wow,
support
what a
it.
hot sports take.
That's
my heart.
All right. Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up here. All right. Follow the show on Twitter at UncSamSoccerPod. Subscribe wherever you get your podcast. Follow Steven at Steven Jodaran. Follow Armankafai at Armankafai, and follow myself, Jake Watroba, at Jake Watroba. For Steven and Arman, I'm Jake. We will talk to you guys next week. Deuces.